Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll give everyone a minute or two to join before we kick it off, but we're super excited to go over the new, improved, and enhanced Treez and Alpine IQ integration with y'all today on the eve of Valentine's Day, no less.
This is order those last minute flowers.
Yeah, this is your reminder.
Yes.
Good call out.
Excellent. And if you're, thinking of running a last minute loyalty promo to your customers for Valentine's Day, here's a reminder for that. Good topic. Top of mind.
Get those campaigns going, your refer a friend links sent out, get all those things going.
And if anyone's noticed the fun little emoji reactions pop up in the corner, I highly encourage, before we start the content today, I highly encourage everyone to find that react button. I know our team loves to see the reactions, those heart eyes and celebratory emojis. We love the vibe. So feel free to react through the reactions button for anything you see here today that you're particularly stoked on. And same goes with questions. You should see a questions button in the lower right corner of your screen. We encourage you to submit questions throughout the course of today's presentation, and we'll answer everything we can at the end of our time today. So again, hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. We're super excited to talk to you about the enhanced integration between our Treez point of sale and Alpine IQ loyalty for cannabis retailers. And really, we're incredibly thrilled about this partnership on the whole and what we're able to bring to retailers across the industry, and including just the enhancements that make this the strongest loyalty integration in cannabis right now. So we're super stoked to share that with you all. So what all do we have in store for you today? So we're going to be talking about the newest enhancements that bring more AIQ loyalty functionality directly into your Treez point of sale, how to sign up net new AIQ loyalty customers and link existing AIQ customers with Treez customer profiles, how to foster customer loyalty post loyalty sign up, and how to get started with Treez and AIQ in the first place. And then, as I mentioned, we'll wrap with a live Q&A at the end. So as you think of questions throughout today's presentation, please submit them through the questions box in the lower right corner of your screen. And Rich and Jacob will answer everything they can at the end. So leading our deep dive today, please welcome Rich Thorne and Jacob Francis. Rich is our product manager of payments and subscriptions here at Treez, and Jacob is Alpine IQ's head of customer success. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to the two of them to tell y'all a little bit more about themselves, about our companies, and get into the meat of the integration.
Cool. Thank you, Emily. So hey everyone, Rich Thorne, product manager, payments, some things front of house as in loyalty. Treez, just throwing it out there, we strive to be the leading enterprise cloud platform of the cannabis industry. We are very focused, mission being driving retailer profitability by means of increasing revenue and driving operational efficiency, such as through net new loyalty integrations with the leading loyalty service in the industry. So that's a little bit about me, and I will pass it over to Jacob.
Awesome. Thank you, Rich. And thank you, Emily. So my name is Jacob Francis. I'm the head of customer success here at Alpine IQ, formerly now AIQ. So Alpine IQ is a marketing and loyalty platform as well as a data aggregator. So we help you make more informed decisions and reach your customer where they're at in various marketing channels, such as texting and email, native push and direct push. Share a lot of the same value propositions as Treez, right? We want to help you be operationally efficient and drive revenue. So we're very excited for this integration and could not be more excited for the webinar today as well. All right. Perfect. So we're going to talk a little bit right out of the top of the new top tier integration with Alpine IQ and Treez, excuse me. So like I said, we're very excited about this. The new enhancements within the platform are going to be things like making accessibility in the POS easier. That includes seeing your customer records, linking the existing customers from Alpine IQ into Treez, having that great loyalty sign up within your point of sale system. So bud tenders no longer have to kind of go between a sign up form and a POS, right? And then one of the better things here is the rewards redemptions. In POS redemption is huge. It's where we're going to apply those great AIQ rewards inside of the POS and then promoting loyalty via QR codes on receipts. So you'll be able to have a QR code on your receipt where you can link to those great sign up forms. Some of those new enhancements, so real-time syncing and updates there. All right. Perfect. So with the real-time updates, that's going to be your customer loyalty status. So as your customers sign up for loyalty, whether it be on an Alpine IQ form or in POS, that will be displayed within your point of sale system. You'll also see your customer's point balance upon use as well. So you no longer have to check Alpine IQ. You'll be able to see those things within the POS. And then update customer rewards upon redemption. So real time syncing between applying those discounts at the register and having those be taken away from the loyalty point balance of the consumer upon checkout. So obviously we're gonna start here at the beginning of the customer journey, right? This is the net new sign up flow. And we're going to kind of walk through each one of these steps. So there's two primary methods for enrolling. So if you kind of have an infrastructure set up right now where you have some loyalty forms, maybe on kiosks, maybe in your waiting rooms, you don't have to fundamentally change that. We're just value adding an additional way to do some signups as well. So the initial way is going to be, or the current way is with the Alpine IQ sign up form, right? These are QR codes, these are links, these are on your kiosks. Now, the next way, and with the enhancement, is going to be the NPOS. And this is where Rich will kind of jump in and kind of cover the NPOS form within Treez. So the sign up form is kind of the way you probably are used to now. Your customers are used to doing this. So you're going to display this on a tablet or on a kiosk, maybe a QR code in your waiting room. So we'll scan those and get your customers signed up so they're ready to become a loyalty member at the point of checkout, start accruing points. The form details there, you can customize these still however you would like from an Alpine IQ perspective. So sign up occurs outside of Treez. It is generated by Alpine IQ and asks for opt-in consent, and then does create that customer persona as well within Alpine IQ within real time. So this all syncs with Treez now perfectly to create that Alpine IQ profile within the point of sale system itself. Now, this is the second part, right? Now, this is the NPOS sign up. This is the exciting part. So Rich, I'll let you jump in here.
Thank you, brother. Yep. So with this new enhanced integration, we also have the ability to directly sign up from Treez via the membership agreement form. For those that have used it, it's utilizing that same mechanism we've had in the past for getting customers in the door and out ultimately to checkout, right? So through membership agreement form, again, this is going to be generated from customer management, and it's, again, utilizing that same backend as we've had in place, right? With the new integration and the update, once AIQ is enabled in Treez, we're going to be able to ask the customer to explicitly consent into your loyalty program and opt into receiving like one-time SMS text, right? And we're going to quickly kind of talk about what that looks like now in Treez. So there are a couple prompts, again, when we turn the integration on, two that you should expect to see. One is if a customer is not already signed up with AIQ. The other being we have a flow where if that customer already exists in AIQ, then we simply will link them, and we'll dive into that. So kind of going through the membership agreement form flow. So once we enable this integration in Treez, again, and that customer doesn't exist in AIQ, that's key, right? We call out when we integrate them to ensure that that customer does not exist. We have the ability to navigate over to your customer management. And within that profile, we are going to be able to edit that profile, and you will now see a loyalty sign up button. So that is right there now under your notes, and you'll click loyalty sign up, and that's going to generate a new membership agreement. So most common use case, right, you would have this displayed on a tablet or a front facing display, but not to say you couldn't just have it in a separate browser. It's all web based, right? There's that prompt. So this customer does not exist in AIQ. And one call out here too is if the customer tells you, hey, I definitely have a loyalty account, the first thing we want to do is just check and say in Treez in their profile, is that phone number, is that email correct? If it even exists, right? Some cases we don't even get those inputs out the gate. So if they put that in, then you can just refresh the page and we should be able to link it there. But assuming that is not the case, right? Clicking that loyalty sign up will create this new membership agreement form of renewal status. Within that form, we are going to see, so yeah, there we go. It'll be top of the queue. And in that form, you're going to see your content, right? This is all editable. And then the two new additions here is the customer is going to sign this. And by accepting the terms of the agreement, we're going to have a couple additional prompts here. One, are they just opting into the loyalty? Two, do they consent to that one-time SMS, right? We want to be very careful, especially with SMS, that we're getting that consent. Best practice, of course, make sure their phone and email is correct for data integrity to avoid duplicates. Willie at email is not a good example of that, but you get the point. So again, customer will consent, and by doing so, Treez will actually call out to AIQ, create that customer profile, send that SMS at double opt-in. Always make sure that phone and email are correct. And yeah, that's more or less the customer membership agreement flow for signing up new customers. Again, you don't have to be relying on that. You can always sign up directly through AIQ, through sign up form, even the receipt, which we'll get to in a bit. And if that is done, then, well, I should actually take a step back. If the customer signs up in advance via another means, or that customer already exists in AIQ, right? You're already an AIQ client. You have a fair percent of your customers that already exist in AIQ. We also have another flow after turning on this integration, how to make your life a little easier. Where first, by navigating to that customer profile for the first time after enabling it, I should say. Again, we call out to AIQ with the phone and email on that record. And if that exists in AIQ, we link them in Treez. I'm also going to call out here, it's not in the demo per se, but this flow actually exists in POS itself. So in the event you were to bypass customer management altogether, check a customer directly in the queue, or even add them in POS, we have the option to, or the ability, I should say, to link them right there in POS through the redeem AIQ rewards. And I'll call that out too when we get to that part. All good bullet points here on best practices. But yeah, moving on. So verifying that customer information, if that is correct, then again, after toggling on that integration, we will show that prompt the first time you navigate back to that customer's page to link them. And you'll know they're linked. And I did note this earlier, but I think it was in the demo, right? You'll see, oh, it's right here. How convenient. But once we do link them, once they've signed up or we've linked that existing customer, that little AIQ loyalty, Alpine IQ loyalty flag down there below notes will now say yes. And the point of all this, of course, is to allow us to redeem customer loyalty points in POS.
So you can also double check any customer information within Alpine IQ by logging into the backend of Alpine IQ and searching for your customer's persona. The fastest way to do so is going to be by phone number or email address. If you're going to search names, put quotes around the names as well. So you can search with the email address here. You're going to see that they'll pop up with the correct email address, and then you can validate the customer's information within Alpine IQ. You can see phone number, you can see loyalty status, and all of the other great information that you would see within AIQ.
Yep. So I definitely jumped the gun, right? I kind of went off here. I get excited about this.
Great to be excited about it.
This is a critical. Yeah, it was a critical feature, right? Because the first flow we introduced was just signing up through the membership agreement form. We're really relying on AIQ to do the sign up. After working with several of my most valued customers, right? This was an absolute must. That is, for those coming on that are already existing AIQ clients, again, a large percent of their customer base is already enrolled. So we don't want to create unnecessary friction and make them sign up through that membership agreement form. So we implemented this flow then to call out to AIQ, ensure that customer exists. And if so, they don't have to go through that flow, right? It's a simple, just confirm, please confirm, right? That phone and email for data integrity and link them. Select OK, they're linked. Yeah, we reduce all that unnecessary overhead. This is just verifying. So to show you that flow, so this customer, obviously rich@email.com, signed up by other means. We enabled that integration. We navigated to his profile. He exists. So we hit OK. And then we'll, again, once again, see that loyalty is now, Alpine IQ loyalty is, yes, enabled. And just throwing it out there again, if you bypass customer management altogether, you have that same functionality directly in POS, right? Just to link them through the redeem AIQ rewards mechanism.
Absolutely.
So pass it over to you, my friend.
Yes, this is so exciting. I love this. So the next step here is fostering that customer loyalty, right? I think it's the whole intention of your loyalty program. So we'll walk through how Alpine IQ influences the customer experience. You see here that we have our web wallet or our native app listed here in someone's device. So We'll talk through kind of some of the reasons why this is important and how this integration helps you. So the new integration provides optimal opportunity to enhance your retail's experience, right? It reduces friction, no longer using two sign-up forms, checking two systems. It's all within one place. You have a simple sign up with whether you choose to do AIQ sign up forms or NPOS sign up forms. Rewards and redemptions are directly in the POS, right? So your bud tender is going to be super happy about this. Your staff, your customers, it's a really seamless flow, right? And everything is trackable. It's a trackable use of points and offers in AIQ wallet. And again, it updates in real time. So as we're redeeming those discounts and applying those discounts in the POS, it's talking to AIQ in real time, ensuring that we're reducing those points as needed for your customers and really helping your retail team. So the goal is to create a retail experience that fosters loyalty. The easier it is for your customers to come in and make those purchases, they'll remember that, right? They'll come back. So the how from a leverage standpoint is we're going to leverage the power of your loyalty rewards, right? You have a great system, a loyalty system with AIQ. You have a great POS provider. We're going to bring those retail rewards to life and we're going to promote those discounts, right? Your bud tender is going to talk through this. Your customers are going to talk about the enhanced integration that they've experienced as well. So between customer AIQ wallets and their carts during a transaction in Treez, the flow is going to feel seamless to them. So this requires team effort though, right? Your retail staff have to be educated on this, which is super easy to do. Great Treez support documentation, great team supporting you guys there as well. AIQ loyalties, we're going to enable this on the back end for you guys, and we'll walk through how to do that. And then the Treez POS obviously is the pivotal part of this here. So we talked about being a team effort, right? Advice for your bud tenders. So once a customer is checked in and their AIQ account is linked, the rewards, you want to bring those rewards into your conversation, right? Are you part of our loyalty program? Do you have any rewards you want to use? Remind the customers of their rewards in their wallet and segue into that conversation. That way you're increasing them to leverage their points. You're upping their carts or their items per checkout. And why is this important, right? It's promoting your loyalty program and building customer shopping habits around rewards. It's great sales and it's a great retention driver as well. So we'll talk a little bit about connecting them now. And this is where Rich, my man, is going to jump in.
Thank you. Yeah. So back with your Treez rewards, right? Now that we're all connected, we're integrated, you have your customers, your AIQ customers linked with Treez, right? The end state is being able to redeem these rewards now directly through POS, right? No more user error, no more having to toggle between systems. It's all in Treez. So in order to do so, right, of course, we link that customer or we sign them up. It's pretty straightforward, right? Now in POS, after enabling that integration, you're going to see an option to redeem AIQ rewards. And this is another point where you can talk to the customers and get that buy-in, right? Are you a part of our loyalty program? No. Okay, cool. Let's sign you up really quick so you can start taking advantage of this, in your subsequent purchases. So again, let me start over. The process is very straightforward, right? Most familiar Treez, of course, typical cart experience, add your items to the carts, business as normal. And then you have this new redeem AIQ rewards button here. So you're having that conversation with the customer. Do you want to use some of your rewards? Yes. Okay. We're going to go ahead and click on that redeem AIQ rewards button. And Treez is going to call out to AIQ with that customer who is now linked, and we're going to surface their wallet directly in POS, right? So in the wallet, you're going to have a couple new data points, right? We're going to show their balance real time, and we're going to show their available discounts. And that's an important call out, right? So you have point requirements to redeem an AIQ. And if that customer doesn't have the available points to redeem a discount, we're not going to surface it. There's no purpose, right? So once you get your rewards and you're having that conversation with the customer, right? This is what you're eligible for. Do you want to redeem it? Yes. And I'm saying redeem right now, but I should back up on that. We're not actually redeeming until checkout, right? That's to be very safe, actually, because the customer up to that point can change their mind. So at this point, the customer is going to say, yes, tentatively, I agree to apply awards, right? And by applying them in Treez, we're actually going to decrement that available balance real time. So we don't get into any weird conversations with the customer, potentially overspend or a negative balance, right? We know what we're working with in real time. Also going to call out here, specifically that we support both cart level and item level discounts through the integration. So of course, cart applying to the whole cart. With item level, you select a specific item and apply that. So pick your poison. All those options are available. After application, you'll see down below the cart balance is now decremented by those discounts that have been applied, whether it be dollar or percentage. And then ultimately you check out, and that's when we get to redemption, right? And it's, again, this is kind of the safest approach we took with redemption is we don't call out to AIQ until the customer is actually confirmed, hey, I'm ready to move forward and paid. At that point, we redeem their rewards. And through that redemption process, because this is the real-time sync, that customer's rewards have now been decremented in AIQ, and that should be visible also real time. So if you were to navigate back to checkout and launch their wallet again, you'll see that updated balance.
Okay, that's awesome.
Cool. Reward successfully redeemed. So yeah, to kind of close this whole thing out, we're going to go into receipts, right? It's some new functionality we have, right? Your customers did not sign up through the normal, or the direct POS flow. And we have another mechanism to encourage them, to incentivize them to sign up for your loyalty program, of course, to make repeat purchases, increase your profitability, of which being through displaying your AIQ sign-up form directly as a QR code on the receipt itself. So in Treez, really quick, it's a very simple setup. You're just going to navigate to your configuration config page, and worth calling out here, this is done at the individual instance level, individual store level. You'll navigate down to receipt, and you'll see some receipt options here, right? And then front and center, we have sell Treez receipt header. This is also applicable on your fulfillment receipt header, but it's going to be under header. You'll click on that dropdown, and you have an opportunity here to add some custom text, again, to further incentivize your customers to sign up for your loyalty program, and then show QR code on receipt. And so there's an asterisk to this. In order to do that, we're going to need to go get your sign up from AIQ portal, which is in your sign up forms. It's that link right there. Oh, sorry, Jacob. I'm going to let you take this.
Oh, you're good.
You're the domain expert.
No, you're good. Yeah. So again, inside of Alpine IQ in the back end, this is where you can copy your link or you can copy your QR code. You have both options there. For the integration, you want to copy your link. What a great value add though, right? I mean, you're checking out, you print it on your receipt, you got your bud tenders who are trying to convince them to get into the loyalty program. Maybe they miss on that first time, but you got it on the receipt and you walk away with it, right? So what a great value add.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. QR is now front and center. You won't replace your logo. That is your custom AIQ sign up link. One thing taking a step back that I missed is, well, I guess that was the asterisk, right? Once we copy that link, you're just going to want to send that over to your Treez AM. And we have to insert that for you on the back end, looking at making that an actual UI configuration. But as of today, we'll do it for you.
Awesome. So we'll cover off on recapping all the enhancements, right? So I think we'll kind of close this out, and then I believe we have a Q&A. So the enhancements are linking an existing customer directly into Alpine, or from Alpine IQ, AIQ, into Treez POS. Real-time updates on customer loyalty status with that NPOS sign-up, or even the AIQ sign-up forms. The sign-up is available directly in the Treez POS, reducing friction for your retail team. Reward and redemptions directly in the Treez POS, like we've covered. It's a great value add, makes the conversations real easy for your retail team. And then again, real-time updates to those customer points, right? And we won't redeem anything until we're at the checkout and we apply them. You see those real-time updates for rewards and points usage. And then we close out the transaction. Like we said, if your retail team misses on getting someone signed up for loyalty, you get a second swing on that receipt, right? So you get to sell them again on why your loyalty program is marquee. So how do we get this all started? And it's by enabling everything on the back end.
Yep. But wait, there's more. Yeah. So let's talk about really quickly how we just set this up in Treez. Well, number one, if you're not already, become an AIQ and Treez customer. After you've done that, the configuration is super simple, right? Turning on the integration is as straightforward as navigating to your config page. You'll see a module for integrations and then loyalty integration. AIQ is currently our only partner that we have this depth of an integration with on the loyalty side. So That's your option. And then from here, we're going to insert your AIQ UID, your organization ID, and your API key. And we'll show you how to grab those right now.
This is all within the AIQ backend. So you just log into your Alpine instance, you go to settings, API and tracking, and you'll see there where right underneath the REST API, you see your API key. And then on the far right, you'll see your UID for requests. So you just copy both of those and enter those into the back end of Treez.
Toggle it on and you're mostly ready to go. And again, I will call out, it seems Captain Obvious of me that all this functionality, right? The existing customer check, that prompt you would expect on customer profile or signing up customers through POS won't happen unless you turn this on, but it will happen at that point. The other thing we need to explicitly call out here is probably the most critical, right? How do we sync Treez discounts and AIQ discounts? Also very straightforward. In this demo, I will note that for those that are aware, right, there's legacy and latest version of Treez. With latest version of Treez, the name of the game is centralization, right? Making your life easier. We released the Alpine IQ integration almost in tandem with our new central manual discounts, with automatic coming very soon. But so what you're looking at, right, is latest version of Treez, right? Our MSO discounts. So very much complement each other, right? Now we can create a discount at an organization level and persist it to all of our stores or a subset of stores. That is not this demo. So just going to show you how to actually sync these between AIQ and Treez. So once you create that org level discount, you're going to, over here, we see this ellipses on the left next to that discount, and you'll see copy discount ID. And once we have that, I'm going to pass it back over to Jacob to educate us on where to put that into AIQ.
Absolutely. So you've copied the discount ID over in Treez. Now you go over into Alpine IQ, AIQ, click discounts. This will bring you into your discount builder, and then you will paste your discount ID in the optional ID of matching discount in your POS. This will allow the two systems to talk to each other at that point. And that's how we get everything up.
Cool.
Super exciting.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jacob and Rich. I know we got a ton of questions from our attendees today, so thank you so much, everyone, for your engagement. I'm sure we won't be able to get to all of them today, so please reach out to your AIQ or Treez rep or support. If you don't get your questions answered today, our teams would be more than happy to help you following today's session. So quick question. It looks like a lot of these are going to be targeted to both of you, so jump in, whoever has the best answer. How do you ensure data accuracy and integrity across both platforms?
That's a good question. So I can take this from an AIQ standpoint, right? So we have our merge logic on the back end to make sure that we're keeping your data as clean as possible. It's one of the value propositions of leveraging Alpine IQ. We're going to dedupe your data, keep everything clean, so that way you're looking at the most up-to-date and correct POS record. It's based on 3 indicators, right? It's going to be phone number, email address, driver's license, and we'll make sure that we merge those on those unique PII information.
Great. Awesome. Rich, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, in the Treez side, we went over that, right? It's mainly starts with clean data in. So making sure upfront, right, when we're signing up these customers, right, we have several mechanisms in place. For instance, on the sign up form, that customer phone and email that we match on, both of those in AIQ, right? That input is derived from the customer. So it's ensuring that, one, that they're inputting that correct information right out the gate. And presumably the customer is the source of truth, right? So their phone, their email that they're putting into that form should be the most accurate. And by doing so and signing up through that form, we actually update the customer profile record with that matching phone and email.
Great. And then building on that a bit, can you explain how real-time customer data sync works between the two platforms?
Yeah, I can take the Treez side, right? So that is largely, with respect to the linking existing customers, as well as some of the mechanisms we have in place in POS. So linking existing customers, right? We call out in real time as soon as you turn on that integration to AIQ, and we will fetch that customer if they exist and link them in Treez with their with their Alpine IQ ID. In POS, the real time really pertains to our ability to decrement a balance on the fly One through kind of when we launch the wallet again, which we cache the available balance and show that real-time adjustment even before redemption. And two, when we redeem it, right, the logic has it such that when it is redeemed, it decrements in AIQ real time.
Yep. And not to echo everything Rich just said, but it's very similar on our side. It's all through API calls, right? It's all making sure that our systems are talking in real time, and discounts are being decremented as need be through the various API calls that we have with this integration.
Great. Here's a question a number of folks had. When will the AIQ and Treez integration be live?
It's live.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Ready to rip.
You set it up. More than happy. Yeah. It's out there. It's in the wild. It's been in the wild for about a month or so, and we've made some iterations on it. I'm sure there's more to come, but it's out there, and we have quite a few customers on both sides using it. Yeah.
If you have any questions, reach out to your Treez rep, reach out to your AIQ rep, and we'll help you get it all set up. Like Rich said, we're here to help everybody.
And perfect. I know we got a couple of questions about market specific availability too. So just for everyone to be aware, this integration is available in every market that Treez supports for point of sale right now. So get at it. Awesome. Rich, this one's more for you. What are the benefits of enrolling customers directly into the loyalty program through Treez, the point of sale specifically?
Yeah, that's a valid question. And I guess I would preface it with, we have multiple ways to get in, and it's whatever you're most comfortable with, whatever serves you best. And that's why we didn't make it overly restrictive, and that we have this existing customer flow up, right? I think the benefits to Treez is natively, if you're working out of one software right out the gate, and especially if you're already using the membership agreement form, it's already there, right? We also explicitly, right, get the consent. Not that you can't set that up in AIQ as well, but in Treez, it's just right out the gate. I think from a compliance standpoint, we're getting the consent for signing up for loyalty as well as that double opt-in.
Yeah, and a little value add from AIQ, right? When we think about this, the way that I look at this integration is it's reducing friction for your retail team, right? It's no longer like two systems, and it's one in POS sign up, and it encourages to incorporate those loyalty talk tracks into their interactions with your customers. So I look at it as a way to reduce friction as a value add as well to your customers and your bud tenders.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Great point.
Another question that a few people had related to flexibility with customer contact information. So can we adjust the opt-in forms for customer flexibility, i.e. only SMS or only email for those that don't want to give both but still sign up?
I want to say yes. So that form already has specific configurations in which you can change the verbiage on it. Requiring either SMS or email, I think it's certainly within the realm of possibility. As of right now, it's both. So yeah, I think that is something we'd want to circle back on, and potentially, those that had that question, I'd love to engage you and just kind of get the feedback and maybe see what we can do about it.
Great. And then another question about the customer agreement form. So is this a new form, or is it the same as the existing Treez membership agreement? Do retailers need to have both forms collected, or is it just one?
Nope. We're utilizing the same form. So you don't need to change any of your disclaimers, logos, branding of that, right? We repurpose that form so that when you turn on the integration, you'll just essentially see two new checkboxes now after the customer signs, which again is getting that explicit consent to opting into loyalty.
Great.
And it comes over, I think I mentioned this earlier, it launches as a renewal instead of a net new membership agreement, right? It's the same form, but it's a renewal status.
Great. What happens if a customer changes their phone number or email? Is it a two-way integration, and can it be updated in either platform to sync into the other platform?
That is a great question. As it stands right now, I think that there would be some kind of manual input we'd have to do directly in AIQ to match that with Treez. The updating the phone and email in Treez doesn't update that in AIQ. Jacob can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the AIQ integration to Treez also kind of addresses that type of situation.
Yeah, one of the best practices is making sure that your customers know they can go inside of their wallet, right? And have them access their web wallet, access profile, update their information. That then sends that call to Treez to update that information within the POS. So that's the best practice for that.
Great. Thanks, y'all. We have time for a few more questions. What happens if a customer has a loyalty program with another Treez client, or will this be exclusive to, say, my dispensary?
Good question. It's exclusive to your dispensary, right? So that integration configuration step, right? When we're setting up the UID, that's exclusive to your organization and the API key. So when we're creating those customers, fetching wallets, et cetera, it's by org, by dispensary.
Okay. And will Treez point of sale rewards points or other discounts stack with AIQ rewards?
Hey, thanks for asking that question. Yes, and you actually have that. We have now a configuration for that specifically. Previously, when we first rolled out this integration, that was not the case. And then, a couple customer feedback sessions, that was a big one. So we implemented that pretty quickly where, especially with automatic discounts, right? You can toggle this on and you can stack AIQ rewards with those, right? Because the idea being, your customer might choose to shop with you during a happy hour or something where they get an automatic discount, but they also want to use their rewards and they earn those rewards. So we should absolutely allow it, but it's up to you, right? Because there's certainly cases where that dispensary, that organization may not want that to happen.
Great. How is this different from other AIQ point of sale integrations?
So that's a great question, right? So the way we look at this from a partnership perspective is that it increases our partnership with Treez and servicing our joint customers. The membership agreement form is a huge differentiator. Looking at the live degradation of points as you're applying them is a huge difference as well. Rich, I'm not sure if there's any other differences you want to call out, but from my perspective, those are some of the larger differences.
Yeah, for sure. The native sign up, but I researched, I did a little competitive analysis prior. I can say huge differentiator is linking existing customers, right? Calling out to AIQ to see if a customer already exists. If so, allow them to link. And then, big one is just the redemption flow, launching the wallet in POS and decrementing the balance on the fly, to show kind of real-time balance, what the balance would be updated to, all before redemption actually happens.
That's a big one.
Awesome. And then I know we're just about at time. Where can I learn more about the Treez and AIQ integration?
Great question.
I mean, on our side, we have a wealth of resources on Alpine IQ Treez integration within our Treez Help Center, so we can share that. But Treez Support has several articles on how to set it up and kind of everything from a functionality perspective, what this integration actually entails.
Yeah. And we also have support documentation as well within the Alpine IQ support area, where you can find all documentation on the Treez integration, walkthroughs of NPOS redemptions as well. So more than enough resources between the two companies to service whatever question you may have. And if there isn't an answer in the documentation, please feel free to reach out to either of our support centers, and we'll be able to help you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I know we're at time. I know a few people asked about recording. So everyone who registered for today's session will get a copy of this recording sent to their email. You can share it as well. Encourage team members to register to get their own copy of the recording for anyone that wants to catch up and watch this or go back and rewatch it after today's session. So look out for that email in the next day or two. But otherwise, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Rich and Jacob, for that super thorough walkthrough. I know we're all really excited for this partnership and everything that it enables for our retail partners. So any final words before we sign off?
Nothing from me except for very excited about the partnership. And if you're interested, please feel free to reach out.
Likewise. Look forward to working with you all.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks, guys.
Bye.